Hey everyone. Today God has me reading Psalms for my devotional Bible time and prayer time. And so I started at Psalm 23 just because I've really been struggling fighting anxiety. Um, you know, the devil is such a liar. He comes to steal, kill, and destroy, and to take our joy, to take our peace. And it doesn't matter what the circumstances are. I have to remind myself constantly that he is a liar, rebuke him, come out of agreement with those things, and say, no, the Lord is my light. He is my salvation. Why should I be afraid? The Lord is my fortress, protecting me from danger. Why should I tremble? He leads me beside green pastures, and he leads me beside a river of peace. But I was reading in Psalms 27, and it says on 27:13, yet I am confident I will see the Lord's goodness while I am here in the land of the living. And so it got me to thinking, when David wrote Psalms, he had a lot of enemies. And he talks about that throughout all of Psalms. Psalms 27:12 says, do not let me fall into their hands, for they accuse me of things I've never done. With every breath they threaten me with violence. And 27:3 says, though a mighty army surrounds me, my heart will not be afraid. Even if I'm attacked, I will remain confident. All of these Psalms that I've been reading today are with David and his enemies attacking him, coming after him, armies surrounding him, constantly being pursued by Saul. But David's heart the entire time was saying, Lord, I'm going to come and I want to live in your house. I'm going to meditate on you. I am going to seek you. I'm going to trust you, even in the darkest of valleys, because I know that you're faithful and your goodness is never going to leave me. And he even says that one verse, I am confident I will see the Lord's goodness while I'm in the land of the living. And I have so many verses that I've been highlighting this morning about it. And the one thing that really got me is Psalms 27:4. The one thing I ask of the Lord, the thing I seek most, is to live in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, delighting in the Lord's perfections and meditating in his temple. For he will conceal me there when troubles come. He will hide me in his sanctuary, and he will place me out of reach on a high rock. Then I will hold my head high above my enemies who surround me. At his sanctuary I will offer sacrifices with shouts of joy, singing and praising the Lord with music. So even in the midst of all of his struggles, while he's being pursued by armies, being chased by Saul constantly, having to run and live in a foreign land and basically be like a mercenary for him, he said, I'm going to live in the goodness of God. I'm going to live in his sanctuary. I'm going to give him praise and thanksgiving. And it's so hard when we're facing troubles and trials to still give praise and thanks, even in those times. And one of the things that, sorry, Remy's whining about something. He wants his ball. One of the things that God was telling me this week while I was dealing with stuff was give thanks, give goodness. He said, I'm going to protect you. I'm going to stand for you. I'm not going to let you down. So just sing praises. And I've been starting out my morning with just prayers of thanksgiving and trying to just get my mind in that right mindset throughout the day. Keeping that praise and worship music on throughout the day as well, so that my mind stays where it needs to be. And I'm not the only person who struggles with this, who gets these attacks that come on you where you have anxiety or you're fearful. But that is not of God. God promises joy and peace, a sound mind, and we have to stand on his promises. So even when the devil comes in like a flood and is being that lion that comes to kill, steal, and destroy, God raises up a standard when we are praying to him and giving him the worship and the praise. And he's going to send heaven's armies to fight for us. He's going to defend us. And even if you are not feeling the peace of God, reach out to those around you and ask for prayer, ask for the intercessors to speak into your life. That's what I was doing this week. the intercessors for our ministry. I reached out to him and I was like, I've got this going on. I need prayer. And I could feel those prayers all day and every day. And I was just like, God, thank you, because you are mighty. And even if I don't physically feel your arms around me, I feel those prayers that are around me, and I know your spirit is with me. Thanks, guys.